league on EA Sports.
And we've got the Dolphins, bruising running back. Your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing.
It's the Dolphins and the Bengals.
And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams in this one going in the right direction. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. Greg, both these squads come in off winning streaks. Something's going to have to give, but you love having that momentum coming into a game like this.
And absolutely right, Mike. And on top of it, if you're the home team today playing in front of your home crowd, not only are you coming off this win streak and bringing this momentum into another home game, but you get the energy, you get the excitement of your crowd who's also riding this wave of winning football. But on the other sideline, you've got a hungry, hot road team that's looking in saying, all right, if you don't take us serious today, we're going to try to extend our winning streak of our own and get back onto this plane and go home with another win under our belt.
The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. They're led out by the former number 2 overall pick. That was back in 2015, Marcus Mariota.
He's coming off a really nice 3-touchdown performance in last week's win, Mike, but outside of that one errant throw, he did a really nice job of protecting the ball and was seemingly in control the entire game. This defense all week, they talked about trying to bait him into making some mistakes, so he's got to be careful about falling into the trap. But if he does that, I tell you what, I really like their chances.
Here's Sermon. And he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. The defense with a statement on the game's first play. An injured player on the field. That is Myles Garrett being tended to. They cannot lose him. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. On fourth down, Presley Harvin comes in to kick it away. Jaquan Jackson deep to return. This kick hangs up, and the fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. And they're led by the number 1 overall pick in 2021, national champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
So, here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll motion over Samuel. A first down throw for Burrow. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that, and take a lead on that field goal.
And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Dolphins offense. First and 10 now from the 36. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On the ground, this is Sermon. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to work quickly here and put the pressure on the defense. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
We'll try and go up tempo here as they hustle to the line. They will indeed go as they look to throw.
You know, Mike, I'm all for being aggressive. There are definitely times where you have to go for it on your side of the field. I'm just not sure if at this point in the game, this was one of them.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
The key to this play here, Mike, is the anticipation of the snap. Watch how he's able to time the center, and when that ball moves, he hits it. Gets through into the backfield, and he brings the quarterback down before the receivers even got out of their breaks.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down.
Mike, I can tell you firsthand, when you take the field on your opponent's side of the 50, there's a lot of optimism and hope that this is going to be a touchdown scoring drive. So nice job here by the defense, holding strong and defending this short field.
The Dolphins offense about ready to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Renardo Green. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. A run up the middle with Jacobs. He'll get about 2. Cedric Gray there to bring him down. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to throw, Burrow. Back complete to Jacobs. A gain there of 10 yards. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last. You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Here we go. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. It is brought in the end zone. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. The PAT, up and good. And the Bengals are out to a 10-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll run here with Sermon. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And that screen slow to develop, and they rally to the ball and stop them. That will be no gain on the screen. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss. Now, faking the give. He'll air this one out for Watkins. L'Jarius Sneed, tight coverage as he gets in the way of that one. Here's Presley Harvin now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And this one's going to be downed inside the 20-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Receiver in motion, going right. Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive. Burrow. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. And he'll get the penalty yardage back, and more than that, he's a couple yards short of the first down, a gain of 13. On 2nd down, Jacobs trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
That is caught. He gets the hook up with Rice.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Through the air, connecting with Debo. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. This is Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. They'll motion over Samuel. To throw is Burrow. He'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
That's fielded at about the 18. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That one is caught by Quez Watkins. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. To the ground, a 1st down run. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And what a start to this drive. A little bit of everything. First, you get the explosive pass to start it out, and then you follow it up on the ground, picking up good yardage. The ability to weave back and forth as a play caller, it just puts so much pressure on the defense.
And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw still result in a big game.
Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Good blocking, and he's in. Ray Sermon. Touchdown, Miami. Extra point try forthcoming. He gets it to go, and the Dolphins are on the board. It's 10-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. Second down and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Oh! And he's got a Bengals 1st down as the tackle's made just shy of the 40.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Burrow now to throw on 1st down. That's complete to Rice. Here's 2nd and 6. Burrow. They go right back to Rice. He's got it again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down. 2 minutes to play in the 1st half of a 3-point game. We'll come back to Miami after this. On 1st and 10, Burrow. Looking to set up the screen there, but he decides not to force it, and it's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him. He really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up 1st and goal. They'll motion over Samuel. On 1st down, Burrow. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Bengals.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix and run, mix and pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
On the return, it's the rookie Xavier Worthy. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there, and that will lead to a second down. Back to throw. That is caught down the field. It's Worthy. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A gain there of 24 yards. First down, Miami. He'll drop to throw. He'll go left side here and complete this one. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll try to set up the screen here. And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Now a 3rd and 2. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And they've got it on the ground. The mark will come at the 13. But it's a new set of downs. First down picked up. They'll stay on the ground. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. The Bengals have got it. Accelerating toward midfield. Inside the 20. Boy, that one hurts, Greg. They had a really nice drive going and moved it halfway down the field, but then fumbled down here in the red zone, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Anytime you put together a drive of this length, Mike, you just want to come away with points. Of course, a touchdown is the main goal, but in this case, to turn the ball over this deep in the red zone is just a brutal turn of events for this offense.
A first down throw for Burrow. Now he'll run. And he will get into the end zone. Joe Burrow. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown. And, Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to to throw here to begin the drive. He'll air this one out for Watkins. No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be first and goal. They've got it at the 3. What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. First down and goal. Now they'll set up to throw. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
They'll go again from the 3. It is second and goal. He'll get this out wide. And he's in. Touchdown, Dolphins.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Just 8 seconds now until halftime, and the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They're just going to run it here up the middle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Bengals are out in front as we send you up to Orlando for a check-in with Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's all yours.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo. And at halftime, it's the Bills who are out on top. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Ray McLeod, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Wan'Dale Robinson, a touchdown reception. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. First and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. To the left side in the hands of Rice.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll motion over Samuel. Second down, Burrow. He gets it to Samuel, left side. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver. It's second down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
Fields. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. It's picked up by the Dolphins.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Now a run on first down. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A pickup there of 25 yards. Good for a Dolphins first down. They'll turn and hand this one off. It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
This one complete to Melton. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up third down. He'll look to throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and Try again.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. He's got his man. He finds Worthy.
Well, he had such a great first half throwing the football. There's no reason to think, Mike, coming out here for the start of the third, that anything's going to change. He's picked up right where he left off, and the numbers are indicative of just how well he's played.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. That is a first National Football League touchdown for this rookie back. That is a moment, Greg, that he will cherish forever.
You got to hope he finds that ball. I can promise you every player who has ever scored an NFL touchdown, they have that first one somewhere. I know where mine is. It sits right on top of my shelf. It's a special moment, and they're hoping it's the first of many for this young back.
Samuel, going to see. Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
They face 2nd down and 7. They'll look to throw. That's into the hands of his receiver, Watkins.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he'll take this down to about the 7. Now here's 2nd and goal. A handoff as they try to run it here. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll run. Powering forward. He's in. Ray Sermon. Touchdown, Dolphins. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. Numbers 11, 12 on the season. The extra point is good. And the Dolphins have taken a 4-point advantage. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and will try to sustain it here down the stretch. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. It's picked up by the Dolphins.
You know, Mike, with the importance being placed on yards after the catch, we're seeing more and more guys really emphasize turning into a runner as soon as possible. And, of course, it's a critical part of today's modern offense. But the part you have to remember, the yards are never more important than protecting the ball, so it needs to continue to be stressed. Yes, we want the big explosive play after the catch, but never at the expense of the ball.
Here's Sermon. The ball's out, but this is taken in by a teammate.
So even though this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 32 yards. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's first and 10. On the ground, this is Sermon. And he's got another one. Ray Sermon, touchdown Miami. His big game continues. His third touchdown of this one. Numbers 11, 12, and 13 on the year. The extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Dolphins will extend this third quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Samuel going to see what he can do. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. They'll start this one with a three tight end look. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
All week long, they stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground, but you can see the effect of rallying to the ball as it had here. They're able to take him down, and they're able to do it for a loss.
He's got Freiermuth open on the left side. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. What can they do here on third down and 7? Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet in bounds. A big third down pickup for a first down. Now Burrow on the bootleg. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Jacobs. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 3rd and 2. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. And they'll try it now with Jacobs. And he's going to have the Bengals 1st down, it would appear. Yes, he does, by a full yard. They get the conversion on 4th and 2.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance...
Mike McDaniel unhappy with the last call, and out comes the challenge flag. What they're looking at here is the spot of the football. Always tricky to get this exactly right, but it only takes a few inches to make a big impact. So slow this down, find a landmark on the field, and determine where the spot should be. So the challenge doesn't change the official's decision. They're going to keep the spot right where it was. Burrow now to throw on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And this one complete on the sideline. Good footwork to stay in bounds, but he is just shy of the 1st down. And that brings up 4th down. Here comes 3rd and 6. To throw is Burrow. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either their ball or as a runner, and they're able to force 4th down.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. And they are indeed back within 1 score. So the field goal makes it a 1-score game here in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Dolphins offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
And what's that one thing you hear from coaches all the time, Mike, right? Finish strong, and he's doing just that. His numbers here in this one, they have been terrific. But he's going to give you a full 4 quarters, and I think at this point in the game, he knows there's even more yards to be had.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. That is 4 for the second time. Back-to-back 14-yard gains and a first down. They'll run here with Sermon. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. They'll stick with him again. Maybe a couple there. It's third down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Miami. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. A quick throw going to be caught by Worthy. And the Dolphins are going to have a first and goal coming up. He's out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. Into the hands of Worthy once again. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Dolphins. The extra point is good. And the Dolphins will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's first and 10. Throwing is Burrow. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your
That's down the field and intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over just shy of midfield.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
4-minute offense, Mike, so what does it mean? 1, make the defense use all of their remaining timeouts. 2, continue to pick up first downs, milk the clock. And then 3, if possible, finish with the ball in your hands.
Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass. They'll try again. It's second and 10. And a good run there. Finds the lane. Gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2. Try to pick this one up on the ground. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line. And it's 4th down. And that one not going to get there, and it's wide to the left as well. It's no good. And this will stay a 2-possession game. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Burrow working in the pistol. That's into traffic, but taken in. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. He'll go underneath to Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A 1st down throw for Burrow. He's got it at the 7. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here is 1st and goal. Burrow. Oh, he feels the pressure, and he'll go down back at the 6. From a little further back, his 2nd and goal. That's hauled in at the 2. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. And now it's a 9-point game, so they'll go for just 1 here. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game. With 1 timeout remaining, all they can really do here is try to recover an onside kick.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here, an onside kick, not much of a chance.
Terrific day throwing the ball, and the numbers now show it over 300 yards passing in this one. 2nd down and 3. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. So now the Bengals use their 3rd and final timeout. Clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Right back to him on 1st down. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
The extra point is up and through. And the Dolphins tack on 1 more to their lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. This is 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. This one complete to Bateman. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So a win here for the Dolphins. They finish off the first month of the season perfect, as the victory runs their mark to 4-0. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dolphins, home winners here as we say farewell from South Florida.